Okay, so again, good day sa lahat. So for this lesson naman, we are now going to be talking about the upper respiratory tract disorder. So yung mga common disorders na na-encounter natin in the upper respiratory tract. So ano ba yung composition ng upper respiratory tract natin? So the upper respiratory tract actually includes the nostril, the nose itself, the nasal cavity, yung ating pharynx or ating larynx, and also the trachea. Kasama na rin dito yung mga paranasal sinuses natin. So, let's talk about upper respiratory tract disorder. Now, one of the most common upper respiratory tract disorder is known as your rhinitis. So, rhinitis is a medical term used to describe inflammation of the nasal mucous membranes, leading to symptoms such as a runny or stuffy nose, sneezing, and even itching. So, when you say rhinitis, it is the inflammation of the mucous lining of the nasal cavity. It is a very common condition associated with a flu. It is a common condition that can have various causes, and we actually have two types of rhinitis. A rhinitis can either be an allergic rhinitis or a non-allergic rhinitis. For an allergic rhinitis, so this type of rhinitis, often referred to as hay fever, occurs when the immune system overacts allergens in the environment. So, allergic reaction. So, alam naman natin na if a patient is allergic to a certain trigger, okay, or the patient experiences an allergy, there is a trigger. So, para sa allergic rhinitis, this can be as simple as a dust or even some pollens na na-inhale natin that can cause an allergic reaction inside the nasal cavity, which can cause inflammation. Now, common allergens include pollen, dust mites, pet dander, and also mold and spores. Allergic rhinitis can be seasonal, occurring during a specific time of the year when certain allergens are actually prevalent, or perennial, where symptoms persist year-round due to constant exposure to allergens. So sa allergic rhinitis, ang lagi nyo lang tatandaan, it's just an allergic reaction which can actually occur in the nasal cavity, which can cause inflammation pag na-trigger by a certain allergen. Now, pag naman non-allergic rhinitis, so this type of rhinitis is not triggered by allergens as the name implies. In non-allergic rhinitis can have various causes, including infection, which is very common. Okay, for example, the common cold. The common cold or yung flu is a non-allergic rhinitis which can cause inflammation of the nasal cavity. Irritants also such as smoke and strong odors, even changes in weather, lalo na sa panahon natin ngayon, sometimes malamig, sometimes mainit. Certain medications, hormonal fluctuations, or underlying medical conditions can actually contribute to the formation of a non-allergic rhinitis. Okay, so what are the symptoms of allergic rhinitis? So, ang symptoms ito, napakadali lang tandaan. So, flu-like symptoms. So, ano ba yung mga flu-like symptoms natin? Runny or stuffy nose, mga baradong ilong, sneezing, madalas na pagbahing, itching in the nose, throat or eyes, yung post-nasal drip, and also fatigue. Kasi nga, it's a flu-like symptoms. So, what is the most common treatment na ginagawa natin for allergic rhinitis? So, for allergic rhinitis, treatments may include avoiding allergen or syempre, avoid natin yung trigger, possible trigger. Pag present naman yung allergic rhinitis, pwede tayong mag-take ng antihistamines and decongestants. And for severe cases, meron tayong allergy shot or immunotherapy. For a non-allergic rhinitis naman, treatment may involve identifying and avoiding triggers also. For example, strong odors, mga irritants, okay, even using nasal corticosteroids and decongestants, or even a saline nasal spray such as your Salinase. Pwede natin gamitin yan para mawala yung stuffiness ng ilong. Okay. So that's for allergic rhinitis. Now, another type of upper respiratory tract disorder is your sinusitis. Kung yung allergic rhinitis, inflammation na to ng mucous lining ng nasal cavity. Pag sinusitis naman, it is similar, but this time it is the inflammation or swelling of the tissue lining the sinuses. Okay? So, sinuses are hollow cavities in the skull located around the nose and eyes. Okay? So, pag ito namaga, it can cause pressure inside the sinuses, which can result in pain. Okay? Medyo masakit yan. Okay? When they become inflamed, either due to infection, allergies, or other reasons, it can lead to symptoms that can be either acute or chronic. Diba? Chronic. So, yung mga causes niya, pwedeng infection, pwedeng allergies din, similar to rhinitis. Okay? So, we have several types of sinusitis. So, you have your acute sinusitis, and you have your subacute sinusitis, and you also have your chronic sinusitis. So, pag acute sinusitis, so this type often follows a cold or respiratory infection. So, it can last up to 4 weeks. Symptoms include nasal congestion, thick nasal discharge, facial pain or pressure, cough, and fatigue. So, usually, ang acute sinusitis, kaakibat ito ng cold, okay, or ng flu, okay, ng ubot sipon. Sometimes nga, or kadalasan rather, wala na yung ubot sipon, wala na yung flu, pero nagpe-persist pa rin yung sinusitis. So, ako, usually, nararamdaman ko yan, especially if ay kagagaling ko lang sa ubot sipon. So, pwede ako magkaroon ng acute sinusitis. So, kadalasan rito, nararamdaman natin, merong nasal congestion or thick nasal discharge, parang sipon na tumutulo. And of course, yung parang irritable dito is yung pain in the face. Okay? Also, cough and fatigue may be present. Pag naman subacute sinusitis, similar to acute sinusitis, but it can last longer. It can persist for 4 to 12 weeks. Okay, pag 4 to 12 weeks na, it's not acute sinusitis anymore. It is already known as your subacute sinusitis. Now, for chronic sinusitis, when symptoms last for more than 12 weeks despite treatment, it is considered to be as a chronic sinusitis. Symptoms may be less severe than those of acute sinusitis but can be persistent and impactful on one's quality of life. Okay, so that is your chronic sinusitis. Now, what are the possible causes? So, very similar to rhinitis. So, possible ng sinusitis is of course the presence of infection, especially if the patient is experiencing a cold or a flu. Most cases of acute sinusitis are caused by viral infections. By the way, bacterial infections can also result from prolonged symptoms or a pre-existing viral infection. Another cause of sinusitis is allergies. Again, similar sa rhinitis. So, allergic reactions can cause the sinuses to become inflamed. Okay, kasi nga allergic reaction siya, pwedeng mamaga yung lining ng sinuses, leading to symptoms similar to those of sinusitis. Okay? And of course, yung susunod is yung nasal polyps o yung may tumutubong mga parang bilog-bilog sa sinuses natin. So, yung mga growth na doon. So, this growth in the nasal passages or sinuses can cause obstruction and also inflammation, yung nasal polyps. Mga bilog-bilog yun, bilog-bilog. Okay. Also, even structural issues can cause sinusitis, such as your deviated septum or other structural problems within the nasal passages can contribute to recurrent of chronic sinusitis, which reconstructive surgery ang solution dyan. Ano? So, those are the possible causes of sinusitis. Now, for the treatment, for acute sinusitis, it often resolves on its own, but treatments may include over-the-counter pain relievers kasi nga masakit yan, decongestants, saline solutions, and some cases antibiotics if a bacterial infection is actually present. Okay, so that's for acute sinusitis. Pag naman chronic, treatment might involve longer courses of antibiotics. Again, if there's an infection present, nasal corticosteroids para mawala yung pamamaga, saline irrigation, or even saline spray, allergy treatments, mga antihistamines natin, or in severe cases, sabi ko nga sa inyo kanina, pag yung structure may problema, pwede tayong mag-conduct ng endoscopic sinus surgery to improve yung pag-discharge ng sinuses. Okay, so those are the treatment for sinusitis. Okay, now let's talk about another disorder of the upper respiratory tract, and that will be pharyngitis. So pharyngitis, as the name implies, is the inflammation of the pharynx. So that is pharyngitis. So pharyngitis refers to the inflammation or irritation of the pharynx, which is the part of the throat situated behind the mouth and the nasal cavity. Okay, so likod. Okay, ito yung likod. Ito yung karaniwan tinatawag natin na sore throat. Okay, sore throat. So that is pharyngitis. So pharyngitis can be acute or chronic. Okay, and may be caused by various factors including viral or bacterial infections, irritants, or other underlying conditions. Okay, so what are the most common causes? So number one will be viral infection, pinaka-common cause ng ating pharyngitis or sore throat. So the majority of cases are caused by viral infections such as the common cold, yung influenza or infectious nucleosis. Okay, o yung monoviral na tinatawag. Uh, Aside from viral infection, bacterial infection can also be the cause of your pharyngitis. So pinag-usapan na natin to before. So for example, is your streptococcus infection or yung strep throat caused by streptococcus bacteria is a very common bacterial infection na pwedeng mag-cause ng pharyngitis, and it requires antibiotics for treatment. Ano? Okay, irritants can also cause pharyngitis. Environmental factors like smoke, diba? If you inhale the smoke, you inhale the pollution, or pag dry yung air, or even allergens can actually cause an irritation of the pharynx that can cause inflammation. Other factors na pwedeng mag-cause ng pharyngitis, for example, halimbawa yung GERD, pag nagkakaroon tayo ng reflux ng ating acid, diba? Pag nagkakaroon ng heartburn, bumabalik yung acid sa pharynx, it can cause irritation doon sa pharynx natin, which can cause pharyngitis. HIV infection and even tumors in the throat can also cause pharyngitis. Now, what are the common symptoms of pharyngitis? Of course, number one dyan is sore throat, yung pamamaga ng lalamunan. Pain or irritation in the throat, especially when swallowing or speaking, very prevalent yan. So, scratchiness or irritation, feeling as if something is scratching your throat. Yung makating lalamunan mo, parang gusto mong maubo. Another one are your swollen glands, tenderness, and swelling of the lymph nodes in the neck. O, dito yan. Dito, pag medyo parang maga ito, ayan. Okay, possible yan because of pharyngitis. Okay, swelling of the lymph nodes. Okay, hoarseness or loss of voice, pamamalat. Okay, due to the irritation of the throat kasi possible na pwedeng nadadami na yung larynx pag ganyan, no? Yung voice box natin. So, nawawalan ka na rin ng boses. And of course, since na mayroong itchiness of the throat, coughing may also ensue. So, sometimes a dry or productive cough can accompany a sore throat. So, those are the common symptoms of pharyngitis. Now, for the treatment, so, syempre, you have to know the cause para to treat it properly. For viral pharyngitis, since the cause is virus, it typically resolves on its own within a week. But treatment focuses on managing symptoms with rest, hydration, pain relievers like acetaminophen or ibuprofen, lozenges, and throat sprays. For pag viral infection, you don't need any specific viral medication for this kasi nga it can resolve on its own within a week. So usually ang ginagawa lang natin dito is we just manage the symptoms, ano? So proper hydration, pain relievers pag medyo masakit na, pwede tayo magbigay ng acetaminophen or ibuprofen, even lozenges, and also even throat sprays to relieve the sore throat. Pag bacterial pharyngitis naman, especially pag strep throat, it requires antibiotic treatment. Okay, so with antibiotics prescribed by a healthcare professional, it's essential to complete the full course of antibiotics to prevent complication and spread of infection. So, kaya nga na sinabi ko sa inyo before, pag yung antibiotics, kinukumpleto natin dapat yan. If the doctor says you take it for 7 days, you take it for 7 days. If the doctor says you take it for 5 days, you take it for 5 days. Okay? So, patient compliance. Okay. There are also possible home remedies for pharyngitis. For example, gargling with warm salt or water, staying hydrated, using a humidifier, and avoiding irritants like smoke can help alleviate symptoms. Okay. It's not necessarily naman kasi na kailangan ma-hospitalize pag may pharyngitis ka. Sa bahay lang, pwede mo nang gamutin ang pharyngitis. Okay. Next one is also a very common upper respiratory tract disorder, yung tinatawag natin na tonsillitis or adenoiditis. Okay, so tonsillitis is the inflammation or infection of the tonsils, which are two oval-shaped pads or tissue at the back of the throat. The tonsils is still part of the pharynx, but this time they are inflamed on their own. These tissues are a part of the body's immune system helping to fight off infection. So, they are very common, napaka-common na nai-infect ang ating tonsils. So, do not confuse yourself with tonsillitis and pharyngitis. Sometimes kasi akala ng iba, Pag meron kang pharyngitis or sore throat, meron ka na rin tonsillitis? No. Pwede sabay magkaroon. Pwede rin naman meron kang tonsillitis pero wala kang pharyngitis. Pwede rin naman meron kang pharyngitis pero wala kang tonsillitis. Okay? So, tonsillitis can occur in individual of all ages but it is very common. Very common to sa mga bata, ano? Kaya usually pag nagkakaroon ng tonsillitis ang bata, tonsillectomy kaagad ang ino-order. Okay, so what are the common causes of tonsillitis? Number one are infections, either viral or bacterial. So, for viral infection, most cases of tonsillitis are caused by viruses such as the common cold virus, even influenza, adenoviruses, or your Epstein-Barr virus. Okay, so which causes infectious mononucleosis. Pag bacterial infection naman, strep pa rin. Strep infection pa rin. Ano? A bacterial infection, particularly by Streptococcus bacteria, can cause bacterial tonsillitis, commonly known as your strep throat. Okay, very similar with your pharyngitis. Okay, so what are the symptoms? So you have sore throat, pain and discomfort when swallowing, hirap lumulon. So of course, swollen tonsils. So kitang-kita yan pag in-examine mo physically yung throat ng pasyente, makikita mo yung dalawang nasa gilid, namamaga, namumula. The tonsils might appear red and swollen and might have a white or yellow patches or pus on them. Of course, since tonsillitis yan, located pa rin sa throat natin yan, there is difficulty in swallowing due to the pain and swelling in the throat. Okay, swollen glands. So, kamukha pa rin ng pharyngitis, yung lymph nodes sa necks. Okay, possible, namamaga pa rin yan. And of course, since there is a presence of infection, possible na magkaroon ng fever ang pasyente, sometimes even accompanied by chills. So, what are common treatment of tonsillitis? So, again, you have to know the cause. Okay? So, pag viral yan, most cases, again, resolve on their own within a week. Treatment typically involves rest, drinking plenty of fluids, pain relievers, such as like acetaminophen or ibuprofen and lozenges to soothe the throat. Similar to pharyngitis, the treatment is the same. Pag bacterial tonsillitis naman, again, similar din again ito sa pharyngitis, the treatment is also the same. So, pag bacterial tonsillitis, it requires antibiotic treatment. Okay, antibiotic treatment. Okay, ang medyo naiiba rito is yung surgery. So, surgical removal of the tonsils, also known as your tonsillectomy. This is typically considered when tonsillitis becomes a chronic recurrent or it leads to complications like difficulty of breathing or swallowing. Pag paulit-ulit, pabalik-balik, or matagal na meron ng tonsillitis ang pasyente, we conduct tonsillectomy or removal of the tonsils. It is a very, very simple procedure. Okay, napakasimpleng procedure lang yan, ano? Tonsillectomy. Okay, so that is tonsillitis. Okay, now another common upper respiratory tract disorder is your laryngitis. So pababa na tayo ngayon. So pag laryngitis is a common condition characterized by inflammation and swelling of the larynx. So namagana yung pharynx mo, namagana yung tonsils mo, and this time pati ba naman yung larynx mo ay mamamaga rin, ano? So it often results in hoarseness or even a temporary loss of voice. Siyempre, larynx yan, di ba? Larynx is considered to be as your voice box. So pag yan namaga, possible mawalan ka ng boses, although it's only temporary. Okay, this condition can be acute or chronic, and it's usually caused by irritation, overuse, infection, or other factors affecting the vocal cords. So, what are the most common causes? So, first is your viral infection. So, most cases of acute laryngitis are caused by viral infections such as a common cold or flu. Usually naman kasi pag nagkaroon ka ng pharyngitis, pwedeng sumunod ang laryngitis. So, if the cause is viral infection, nagkaroon ka ng pharyngitis, the same viral infection can cause laryngitis also. Okay, para sa aming mga teacher, ito, very common to, strain or overuse. Speaking, yelling, singing, or excessive use of the voice, especially in a loud or noisy environment, can strain the vocal cords and lead also to laryngitis. Yung maghapong kang nagsasalita, sumisigaw ka ng malakas, okay, syempre, na-strain yung voice box natin, it can cause irritation, it can cause damage, and it can cause inflammation. And of course, kung meron tayong viral infection, there's also a possibility of bacterial infection. But it's less common. Less common siya. Okay, so bacterial infections can cause also laryngitis. Okay? So, another one is your GERD o yung reflux natin. So, acid. Pag nag-backflow ang acid, pabalik sa lalamunan natin, pwedeng ma-damage ang larynx natin, pwedeng ma-irritate yan, and can cause also inflammation. Okay? So, inhaled irritants, breathing in irritants like smoke or polluted air can also cause inflammation of the larynx. So, pag nag-inhale tayo ng something that is not welcome, diba? Smoke, okay, or alikabok, or irritants, okay, pwede yung mag-cause ng irritation doon sa larynx natin, which in turn can cause inflammation. Okay, so that is your that is your upper respiratory tract disorder. So next topic natin after this video is your lower respiratory tract disorder naman. So I'll see you later. Okay, bye class.